So it's very important to remember to leave room for movement for the tile, expansion and contraction. In this case, I have most of the walls, the baseboard has been removed and the baseboard will be placed on top of the tile. So where the tile meets the wall, there will be a little gap and it will not be filled with grout. It'll just be left open. But where the tile meets an area where it's going to be visible, you can't just leave it empty, so you have to fill it with something. You don't want to fill it with grout because grout is hard and it will not compress. So I am using a color matching caulk. The grout is going to be a sanded grout, so I'm using a sanded caulk, so the texture and the color will match that of the grout. And you don't want to use grout in these areas because, as I said, it will not compress, so you have to use something flexible, and color matching caulk is the best option. And around the perimeter where the tile meets the walls, as I said, there's an open area where which I'm going to leave open and ungrouted. Okay, so I am going to do this everywhere there is an exposed area where the tile is going to be seen meeting that area, like at this fireplace and at the steps and anywhere else where it might meet some baseboard or anything where you're going to see the joint and it has to be filled. So that's done, and that's done. Everywhere else there's going to be an open joint. Okay, you're going to use the boost in the grout. First you have to shake this really good. Just a few things about grouting. I always like to use, in most cases I use the boost in the grout, and what that does, it makes it very stain resistant. You can't use it at all grouts. These are Tech grouts and the boost is made by Tech, so this is appropriate for this grout. Some grouts you can't mix it in, so just be careful about that. But anyway, when you're mixing grout, you always add the liquid first and then you add the powder to the liquid, and that way you don't get any dry clumps on the bottom of the bucket. And when you're mixing grout, you want to mix it thoroughly. When you're done mixing, mix it a little bit more, and just to make sure that all the components are thoroughly dispersed within the mixture. And you can use a margin trowel, or you can use a paddle on a little drill, whatever. Just make sure you mix it thoroughly. And then once it's mixed, you want to let it sit 5-10 minutes so that it's called slaking, so that all the components in the grout can all be dampened by the water or the mixture or whatever, and it's thoroughly ready for use. And then, like I said, after about 10 minutes, you mix it again. Give it another thorough mixing. Okay, let's make it sit for a few minutes. When grouting a floor, the process is usually the same. You spread some grout and then you wash it off. So depending on the humidity, the temperature, the kind of tile, there's a lot of factors that will determine how quickly you jump on it to wash the grout off. So, but basically you, like I said, you spread the grout, you fill the joints, and then you wash it off. And you usually, when you use clean water, you can use the bucket of water to clean a certain area, but you want to change it once in a while. And I actually have several videos which explain the whole process of grouting. If you want to go to my channel, and on my how-to sections, I have several videos that gives detailed instructions on how to grout. So here I'm just giving you like a few tips on how to do it. So basically, when you're once you've grouted the floor, I mean you've had you spread some grout, you need to wash it off. So the process of doing that, the way I usually do it is, with a clean bucket of water, I work the joints to get them nice and smooth and clean the grout off the surface of the tile. And you don't want to press too hard. You just want to smooth everything off. And once you've done a little section, you got it the way you want it. You rinse off the sponge and wash it again. So the way I do that with the first pass, like I'm doing here, is I will just work the joints, get it all cleaned off, and then with the second pass, I will get the grout sponge dry as possible, wring out all the water, and then just pull it in one direction. And that way, if you go back and forth, what happens is you take the grout off in one direction, and then you put it back on going in the opposite direction. Anyway, I explain this whole process in some videos that I have on my channel. So another thing that you need to do once you've grouted this floor is, which is not shown on this video, is you are going to let the tile dry. In other words, the grout dry and haze over. This is the same day. You're just going to let the floor completely dry and haze over, and then you're going to use a clean bucket of water and rinse it a second time, and this will get your floor almost perfectly clean. And then if you need to wash it again, you can do that probably another day.